it start up yet? Yep, there it is. Okay, here we are. And here we are.
Hello.
I think here we are.
The Melanated Morning Show with DJ Kid Disco and co-host Cinda Williams.
We get ready to take a 3-minute commercial break, and we're going to be back for the Melanated Morning Show. Good morning, y'all.
Good morning.
We'll be back.
Good morning to you. I'm going to make up a good morning song for you guys.
Good morning to you. Good morning. We'll be back. I like that.
WGFB-FM Radio.
So are you ready? Yeah.
How it used to be. Something for everyone. 24/7, 365.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
For the health and safety of our guests and team members, we're here for you. That means frequently deep cleaning our stores and wiping down carts and baskets after each use, reserving dedicated shopping hours for our most vulnerable guests, providing masks and gloves to our team members, and offering contactless shopping options through the Target app, like Drive Up and same-day delivery. We are here for you now more than ever, and your health and safety is our highest priority. Learn more at target.com/a-bullseye-view.
New Dunkin' Refreshers. Vibrant fruit flavors like strawberry, dragon fruit, and peach passion fruit. B vitamins and energy from green tea. All under 200 calories. Order ahead via the Dunkin' app for a contactless way to order, pay, and pick up in the drive-thru. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Amazon is hiring near you. Earn a competitive wage and start as soon as 7 days. No resume or experience required. Health and safety are a top priority with all of Amazon's roles and sites. Amazon is taking precautions in their buildings to keep people healthy. Go to amazon.com/apply. That's amazon.com/apply. Amazon is an equal opportunity employer.
Hey everybody, it is Shelly Show Williams, host of Single on a Saturday Night. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at Single on a Saturday Night TV. That's at Single on a Saturday Night TV. Follow us on Instagram and we'll follow back. Hey everybody, it's Shelly Show Williams, Philly's Oprah, executive producer of Urban Expressions, Single on a Saturday Night, but I am a business, social media, and media coach. And if you're looking to show up on social media with a purpose, I have a course for you. Have you been struggling as an entrepreneur trying to figure out how to get people to engage, how to get people to buy, how to get people just to see you on social media? I have just a course for you. Please go to ShellyShowWilliams.com to find out more.
WGFB-FM Radio.
So are you ready?
Yeah. How it used to be. Something for everyone. 24/7, 365.
Yo, what's good? This is Tracy Lee, and you already know I gets down with the get down, man. Grown Folks Radio all day.
Hi, everybody. This is Cinda Williams, and I am the co-host of the Melanated Morning Show and the host of the PPC Radio Show. And you are listening to Grown Folks Radio.
It's the PPC Radio Show.
I'm sorry, wrong button. I'm really discombobulated this morning.
The Melanated Morning Show with DJ Kid Disco and co-host Cinda Williams.
You know what? Just that quick, Sea Breeze, I really thought it was Wednesday afternoon. I don't know why. We can't hear you, by the way. You're so muted. She studied talking, y'all.
I am muted.
I
was muted. Oops. Sorry. I was trying to send out welcomes for people to come on.
You were looking like a old kung fu flick.
Anyway, sorry. I was trying to send out invites to folks so they could join us. And I had to turn off the mute or I would have Facebook and that on the same time, which would make a nice loud echo and hurt all of our ears.
So,
yes.
I really thought today was Wednesday afternoon.
No, it's not Wednesday afternoon, my friend.
But can I say this? Sure. Speaking of Wednesday afternoon, I really enjoyed the PPC radio show yesterday.
It was great. I can honestly say I've enjoyed every show except for one. Every show.
Except for one.
Except for one. One of the first. One of the.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Well, in the beginning, as it's always, sometimes the launch doesn't go as well as you anticipated.
I want to say right quick. Hey Cliff. Hey Malik Ismail. What's up, brother? Can't wait to have you on the show. And June 30th, I think we decided on. I haven't told Eddie yet, so now you know. June 30th.
So she just did.
Ramon and Christopher. Oh man, what's up? And
what
then
up,
Nancy and Art. How you guys? Cliff asked a question. He said, who was that bald head dude behind me? That's my brother. I'm in Texas right now, hanging out with my bro Ham, and we got a full house, so I had to be in his office while he's working because nowhere else is it quiet. So here I am. Charles Hassan. Hassan. Mm-hmm.
Hassan Chop. I don't know what cartoon that was from.
Hassan Chop. Are you kidding me?
Hassan Chop. I think it was an episode of Johnny Quest. I don't know. I was a cartoon freak back in the day.
I doubt if they were saying Hassan.
I don't know.
I doubt it, but I could be wrong. I'm not a big cartoon watcher.
Oh, I was a cartoon freak.
I liked Warner Brothers, even though they were racist. I was and homophobic and a whole bunch of stuff. I liked Warner Brothers, and I liked Disney, although the same.
But when we were kids, I know when I was a kid, you didn't think that way. Like,
no, well, no, that's not true. Sometimes I did think that way. When I would see some of the old stuff, it was very obviously racist. I recognized that it was racist because it was obviously racist. It was. And I was very well aware and taught very early on what that looked like. So
I know my mom used to always tell us she hated the Little Rascals. She's like, this is some really racist. She thought, but then again, my mom thought all of TV was racist. She thought NBC, CBS, and ABC were all racist.
It was.
In fact, let me go. I was raised as a black Pan-Africanist, so
yeah, it was definitely
the air you breathed was racist in my household.
Yeah, that's true. There are those places too, and in spite of the fact that my mom is a Caucasian woman, Irish descent, she would often talk about what was racist. That was racist.
But people like that can give you a better insight into what's actually racist. Because of course, I'm sure she on her side of the family, she get to hear how they really feel.
But you know what though? You got to think some places like where she came from, that's not the case because where she came from was all white. There were no black people there. I mean, literally none. And they were in some of what they called big city towns, like Muncie, which is teeny tiny, but to them it was big city, and that's where people of color were. And my mother lived in this really small town near farmland, Indiana, called Parker, she was born in Muncie because that's where the hospital was. You know, the hospital wasn't where she lived. There were doctors and stuff, but not hospitals. But she was from Parker, Indiana, so they had a little less in your face racism at that time because they never had to deal with black people to be mad
There
at
was
the black
nothing. Yeah, there
people.
was nobody to be racist towards.
Right.
So
And it wasn't, TV wasn't so derogatory at that point. It wasn't like constantly showing black people doing crimes and and so they didn't have those issues with black folks like white people that lived in the same place as black people, where it often would always go back to the racism would come from one thing, envy and jealousy if a certain race of people is working more than the other because they were told because of the skin tone they were better than, so how in the world did they get a chance to have anything and do anything and have the job when they're less than me, you know that usually that started in like you know places where black folks started to come up north from down south it was just what it was. But
and they would a lot of them were coming to places like that, and then I was thinking about California because I was thinking about this movie, one of my favorites from Denzel, Devil in the Blue Dress. I don't know if you've ever saw that movie.
if you guys have not read the entire series,
Yes, there's a whole
that was
series.
book one of
Yes.
that series. I read the entire series.
That's how Easy Rollins. Yeah, the Easy Rollins
Yeah,
series. That's how. Yes.
it's such
Great.
an awesome
Yes.
look at early, after slavery, after the end of Jim Crow.
It was after World War II, I
It
believe.
was after World War II.
And a lot of vets came home with a couple of dollars in their pockets. So what did they do? They bought a house. And a lot of them migrated from where you're at right now, Texas, to California, Chicago.
Exactly. Especially those that came from here, most came and went to California. And so
which is where
that's
that
how
whole
Compton and Watts, back in the day, Compton and Watts, they were really nice neighborhoods.
Nice neighbor. If you look at that if you look at that movie, because that was right after the war, and he had got him a good job at the one of the plants out there, bought him a house, took his war bond, his war severance pay, and bought him a nice house, and that's
To
what we
me,
did.
it's one of the best series about the history of Black people in this country after World War II and what they had to go through and how they had to manipulate the system in order to excel, even in places where it wasn't the quote unquote Dixie South. There was still so many things they had to deal with. In that movie, like I said, it doesn't even begin to show the whole picture. You got to read the books. So Walter Mosley is my favorite writer for mysteries or more like thriller movies.
That movie came to my mind when we were talking about that, and also Passing. Remember Jennifer Beals role?
Yeah, and Jennifer, and the hilarious thing is she's doing exactly that. Because she's mixed, she got Black in her, but she ain't never talked about it to nobody because she can play. She plays white people, she plays Puerto Rican people, she literally passes in Hollywood. They just don't mention her ethnicity, but it's assumed and inferred that she's white because she
and that's exactly because I was looking at a documentary about the movie. Now that I think about it, and they were saying that's why they chose her, because that's
a lot
what
of people back in the day were like, "Oh, you should have done it." I was like, "I'm too brown," I mean, especially now.
Yeah, you wouldn't have got away with it.
I am too brown. There is no confusion about me being white. Don't nobody think I'm white. They think I'm everything else.
She was truly passing in that movie, big time.
Yeah.
Married,
if you didn't know her, like I knew who she was, I knew her background and all of that when that movie came out. So I was like, yeah, perfect casting. But most people that watched that movie did not know, and still a lot of people don't know that she is Black.
I'm one of them. I didn't know that.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
thought she was just another white woman playing them.
Mm-mm. Which reminds me, it's so funny. I don't know why I went online, but I saw some pictures that I hadn't seen in a long time of me in this project that I did called Tales of the City. It was a BBC PBS production, so good. Um, but in that one, I played a white woman pretending to be black.
Huh? How'd
Um,
you pull that off?
because I was supposed, you don't know, you think I'm black throughout the whole thing because I wore like way makeup way darker than I am. And I had froze all the time and all this stuff, and I look like I'm black because you think I am black, and then you find out by the end of my part of the show that I was a white woman that couldn't get a job as a model as a white woman, so I started taking pigmentation pills to become dark brown.
Oh, this I've got to see. How do we see that?
You know what? I don't even know. I know, like I said, it's PBS and PBS BBC production a long time ago. They actually came back because it was based on a book by Armistead Maupin, his name is, and it was the first of a series of books basically about life in San Francisco, you know, the gay culture and all that kind of stuff. Because I played, that was my first gay role. I played a gay woman in that.
Oh, I gotta find. I'm just gonna type in BBC Cinda Williams and see what comes up.
Or Tales of the City, and it'll come up. Tales of the City. I
Well,
was
hold on,
upset
y'all.
though. You know what
Keep on
upset?
talking. Keep on
What
talking to the people, girlie. I'm looking that up right now.
what upset me was they came back for the second book. She stays in the series. The only difference is she stops taking the pigment pills and all of that, and so she's white again. And I was like, and they hired a white woman to play the role. I was like, y'all play us all the time. Y'all
Yeah.
play everybody all the time. Why couldn't I still play that part? Just slap some peach on me and let's go. I could be white, but they
They,
hired
you
somebody
know
else
what? You're right. They've been playing. They play us all the time.
all the
Tarzan,
time. All the time. They play us, they play Hispanic, they play Asian, they play Indian, they play American Indian, they play
Al
everything.
Pacino,
Everything. They play everything.
Scarface,
But they couldn't
Liz.
put some pale makeup on me and let me keep on working. The only real black character in the whole dang on thing, even though she wasn't really black.
Okay,
Yeah.
y'all. This shit came right up. 1993.
Yeah. That was really, that was early. After I did Mo Better and One False Move. And then I think I did, I don't remember what it was going game. Oh, no. Ghost Brigade. I had another, I don't know, Ghost Brigade or whatever.
Amazon. Here we go. Oh no, that's Sling TV.
I worked a lot at that time. It was like boom, 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 right after One False Move. They were all good projects too.
It came up. Wait a minute. That's you? Wait a minute.
You see that dark makeup?
Yeah. What
Y'all gotta look it up.
the
Hi,
hell? Okay.
Chicago Larry Live. Mike Larkins. And Chauncey, what's up? Uh hi, cousin Elizabeth. Elizabeth.
Oh, they want me to pay
Um
for it right now. I got Amazon Prime though. Y'all can kiss my ass.
Clifford said, I've seen them paint white people black in Hollywood. You've seen it, exactly. That's why I was so mad. I was like, I don't understand. They said, well, a white actress needs to play her now because we know she's white. I'm like, you use a black actress to play her in the first place, and she was white then too. I don't get it. You painted me darker. How come you couldn't paint me lighter? And I can pull off a white girl. I can pull off anything. So
It won't
I
let
was
me
not
play
happy.
it, but I'm gonna tell y'all what. At the next break, guess what I'm going to do?
You gonna show it?
I'm gonna share that shit on the screen. As soon as I figure out how to do this.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. I'm gonna
Damn.
get something for my back. This chair doesn't. I need to. I don't have any back support.
Tales of the City 20th Anniversary Edition. Oh wow.
All right,
Check you out playing a white girl.
Ooh, that's a
Y'all hear
pretty
this, right?
picture of me. Lord Jesus. Everybody got to see my backside. So embarrassed.
What happened?
When I walked away to go get something from my back support, my backside was showing.
Damn, I miss everything.
Oh my gosh, not my butt, my back.
Oh, well,
I guess people do call your butt the backside, but I was
they
talking about
used
my
to
back. It
back in
was
the day.
not an attractive view. Let me just say, I'm so embarrassed, but you guys love me
No.
anyway. Oh my gosh, Malik, you are so right. He said Malik said the gods of Egypt was blatant with white folks playing Egyptians. I was so mad. So mad. I was so mad when that movie came out because I was so excited to see it because I was so glad they were doing a movie about African descent people. You know what I'm saying? The gods of that, the myths and the whatever. And every lead was white. Everyone except one, and that was our guy, passed away. Our guy that played Black Panther.
Chadwick.
Yeah, Chadwick. He played one of the gods, and I was mad the first time I saw it because I was like, they got him playing super effeminate. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but the only black god that y'all using is effeminate. Why?
Because that's what they think. Because that's what they want people to think of us.
I mean, like I said, I love my gay brothers and sisters and anybody that's, if a little bit more femme, I don't care. But in that movie about Egyptian gods, to only have one man of color and he be effeminate, playing a god of the myths of Africa, made me mad. I'm so mad.
Clifford, stupid.
He is so wrong. I do got back, baby. I got back. Some people really like it too. I wish it was a little smaller, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't trying to be ignorant, but you do be dragging a wagon, as we say in the
Yeah, I
hood.
know. Somebody said when I turn a corner, it takes a while for the backside to disappear behind the wall. I am a true Williams. I'm the only, actually, my sister Megan, I think she's a real, when I come talking genetically, physically, Williams. My sisters, Monica and Sadika, are more on the Connor side. My mom's side, their physique. I got the big booty, big bubble butt from the Williams side.
Okay, so you got the black part of you went to your ass.
The
That's
entire physique. It's the
that's what
entire
she's trying to
physique.
say, y'all.
Yeah, I'm very full.
Megan's the baby, right?
No,
No,
she's not the baby, but she's one of the babies. She's the next youngest. The youngest?
Sadika's the youngest.
No, no.
Oh.
Mackenzie is the youngest. It's okay. It's myself, my brother Haas, Charles Hassan, who's coming on the show, who can be on
Oh,
PPC.
so he's the second oldest. So
Yes. And then there's Fred, who you met. He came on the show, Frederick, and he's
Fred,
also going to
right?
be on the show again. Then there's Monica, who you met, Monica Rose. And then Sadika's after her, who you met. And then Megan, who you've heard her music and stuff. And I got to have her on the show because she'll be fun. And then finally, the baby is Mackenzie, who is getting ready to have a baby little girl.
But you're the oldest and the boss.
I'm the oldest. I don't
We
got
know. We know you're the boss because you're just a bossy. She's a boss. She really is
I
bossy.
am bossy. I am.
She's bossy off the air too, y'all. Just so that
No, I'm more bossy off the air.
she is.
I am definitely the old head.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, almost everybody I know is younger than me. So
She really.
almost everybody is younger than
Yo,
me.
she
But now when
does that. Y'all, let me tell you, she'll call. Get it? Can we get it done right now? Well, I'm I don't feel like doing it. Get up off your ass, and that's the kind of way that she comes across.
I am not that bad. I try to be respectful of people's adulthood. Now that folks are grown, I don't treat them like children. But sometimes I worry about them like they're mine. Malik said, can't get all that Africa in those European jeans. I can't wear Levi's. Forget the Levi's. They don't work on me. True. Thank you, Mike. Thank you.
We didn't talk about real quick. We got 5 more. Another mass shooting.
I know, man. 9 people gone again.
This stuff is crazy. It's like
so old, and they just don't want to do anything about it. I don't understand why they don't want to do it. I don't understand it. There's so many things I don't understand.
they don't want to do anything about it because of who's presenting it. They're just that petty.
So what do we need to have some mass shootings of some major Republican figures, and then they'll want to change something?
I don't know if the Republican Party will ever be like it was again. Not that they ever had much integrity, but they had a little bit. You go back to the Nixon era, they had sense enough to tell Nixon, look, dude, you gotta go. Like, this shit you doing is off the meat rack. You can't keep doing this. You gotta go. Now there's just seems like there's no shame whatsoever.
No, hey Jane.
Mitch McConnell has no shame.
None of them. Lindsey Graham. The new people, we know who they are, but all these old Republicans that have been one way for so long, and it just turned off all integrity just to win. It's just.
I think again, what happened, the pandemic again, we were sitting at home, and we're seeing everything. We were seeing it before. It's kind of like when my vision first went bad. Yeah, I'm listening to the news. I'm hearing the news. But for the first time, I actually had a chance to really listen. Well, us being at home, same thing. We're really paying attention to each and every, like, wait a minute, did it, But when you're in transit and you're doing this and you're making this movie and signing this book and all of that, you hear it, but you don't. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But last year, we were sitting home each and every single day. You can't go nowhere past your front porch.
Mm-hmm.
So you got no choice.
Yeah, unless you just kept the TV off and just read classic novels, which most people don't do. So
ain't nobody doing that.
Although all book sales went sky high last year. Book sales, they thought that was like a dead thing, and now all of a sudden it's back. Yay!
Well, they were talking about. I was watching the news last night. They said there's been a spike in certain types of purchases here lately. You'll get this because everybody's returning back to work. Offices, the whole country's open back up. So cosmetics, skirts, blouses, clothes, things of flowery things, because people have been wearing sweatpants for the last year in the crib. Now
I shifted to more colorful colors. I've always been kind of practical when it comes to my clothes, and I've been buying stuff with prints and, just more colorful things. Although during the pandemic, I very consciously decided I am not going to let myself look like a bum for this year. So I would get up and I would, I don't wear makeup. I wear little lips. I don't wear really any makeup or anything. And my hair, especially in the summer, kind of stays up on top of my head because I don't like to be hot. But I made sure I got up every day, washed up, and brushed the teeth, and did something to my hair, and did something.
I'm laughing.
I was dressed up.
I was one of those bubs that you speak of.
Well, yeah, I'm very proud of you because you've slowly been transitioning into a little bit more presentable for public look lately.
It's summertime. It's
stuff. You're looking nice. It's a compliment.
I gotta get out of this. I gotta get out of this
Oh, Cliff said you don't have to cut your own hair anymore. Though I think he's doing that. Clip. He said you don't have to. You can get out and go to the barbershop now, Eddie.
I still haven't been to the barbershop. I've been still cutting my own hair. I have not been to the barbershop as of yet.
It looks so nice too.
Well, I can see what the hell I'm doing.
Yeah, better. Hi, James. Hold on. Excuse me, I had to sneeze.
So it's break time anyway.
Break time.
You could have just did that and yeah. So we'll be
See you
back.
guys. 3.5 minutes for more conversation about nothing.
You know, we've been doing that a lot lately.
Yeah, because it's a lot more interesting than what's happening in the politics.
Oh,
Unless you guys want to talk about something. If you want to talk about something, put it in the chat.
You know, I never thought I would say that I'm tired of politics, but I really am tired of politics. Like,
I think it's like a sigh of relief right now because when Trump was in office, we're like watching constantly because we just want to know, is the world going to blow up today? You know, and I just think that, you know, there's still a lot of craziness happening every single day, but at least we're not worried about the guy with the button and the, you know,
our leadership, right?
We're not terrified of.
Yeah, we were terrified. Yeah,
what's going to happen tomorrow?
Yeah. All right, we'll be back, folks.
3.5. Stay with us and share.
Melanated Morning Show with DJ Kid Disco and co-host Cinda Williams. WGFB-FM radio.
So are you ready? Yeah.
How it used to be. Something for everyone. 24/7, 365.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
For the health and safety of our guests and team members, we're here for you. That means frequently deep cleaning our stores and wiping down carts and baskets after each use, reserving dedicated shopping hours for our most vulnerable guests, providing masks and gloves to our team members, and offering contactless shopping options through the Target app, like Drive Up and same-day delivery. We are here for you now more than ever, and your health and safety is our highest priority. Learn more at target.com/a bullseye view.
New Dunkin' Refreshers. Vibrant fruit flavors like strawberry, dragon fruit, and peach passion fruit. B vitamins and energy from green tea. All under 200 calories. Order ahead via the Dunkin' app for a contactless way to order, pay, and pick up in the drive-thru. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Amazon is hiring near you. Earn a competitive wage and start as soon as 7 days. No resume or experience required. Health and safety are a top priority with all of Amazon's roles and sites. Amazon is taking precautions in their buildings to keep people healthy. Go to amazon.com/apply. That's amazon.com/apply. Amazon is an equal opportunity employer.
Hey everybody, it is Shelly Show Williams, host of Single on a Saturday Night. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at Single on a Saturday Night TV. That's at Single on a Saturday Night TV. Follow us on Instagram and we'll follow back. Hey everybody, it's Shelly Show Williams, Philly's Oprah, executive producer of Urban Expressions, Single on a Saturday Night, but I am a business, social media, and media coach. And if you're looking to show up on social media with a purpose, I have a course for you. Have you been struggling as an entrepreneur trying to figure out how to get people to engage, how to get people to buy, how to get people just to see you on social media? I have just a course for you. Please go to ShellyShowWilliams.com to find out more.
WGFB-FM radio.
So are you ready?
Yeah. How it used to be. Something for everyone. 24/7, 365.
Yo, what's good? This is Tracy Lee, and you already know I gets down with the get down, man. Grown Folks Radio all day.
Hi, everybody. This is Cinda Williams, and I am the co-host of the Melanated Morning Show and the host of the PPC Radio Show. And you are listening to Grown Folks Radio.
And we're back. You know, most times when the overlay comes on during the break, I'm usually being a piehead. I just wanted to let y'all know that I'm in the zone right now.
We have two questions. Remember, I said that if they wanted to talk about something to say, well, my cousin Elizabeth says, do you think Trump is going to prison? That's one question. And then Christopher asked, hi, Christopher. He said, do you think people that don't get vaccinated will be discriminated against? So,
okay, I'll answer the first one. Donald John Trump will never see the inside of a prison.
yeah, I don't think so either. I think he'll be protected. He's being protected by too many people. I don't think, maybe I'm just hoping, but I don't think he's going to be able to run for president anymore. I think he'll probably have a deal. They'll probably tell him, if you just kind of like bring it down a little bit, go do your thing and stop, making trouble, we'll let you go. Just stop, shut up, and you cannot run for president. Choose not to.
Donald Trump will be the governor of Mar-a-Lago of Florida.
You think so?
They love
he
him.
will ruin Florida forever.
They love him in Florida.
No, they don't.
But then again, he offended a lot of those
old people, which is a huge community there, don't love him.
Yeah,
the people that love him are super rich people that he's helped.
Well, Silicon Valley, they can't stand him.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. Florida, a good deal of Florida does not love him. Matter of fact, they tried to let him come back to Mar-a-Lago. They didn't want him there.
Yeah, I remember that.
They didn't want him there, so
I'm wrong.
I can't see him winning.
So, if he ran again, do you think he would win?
Oh, no. Absolutely not. Oh no. He will always have the lovers of him, but there's way more people that don't. And
He's definitely a one-trick pony.
Yeah, the independents are done. So the other one was about people getting discriminated against because of the vaccine. I mean, the only reason why anyone would even know is if you walking around talking about it all the time. I'm not getting vaccinated. I'm not doing it. The government's crazy. The government, whatever.
And I don't think they would discriminate you because you don't have a vaccine. You would get discriminated against from me because you're stupid.
Yeah, I mean, but some people can't. You know what I mean? Like my William Lee's daughter, she's allergic to vaccines. It makes her sick. So
okay, I get that. If you can't, I'm talking about the people that, like you were just saying, the conspiracy theorists.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just know too many people.
But these are the same people that talk about Halloween and Christmas is the devil's holiday and all the rest of that crap. Black folks should not vote because of whatever reason. Those type of people. Don't nobody pay them.
And maybe it depends on where you are. I know there are some places where the progressives are so far left that they're irritating, right? And they're like snotty and whatever. And so maybe you might have some vaccination, discrimination in places like that, because there are places like that. Not many, but most places don't nobody care what you do. You know what I'm saying?
At all. As long as I got my mask on, I got mine. That's on you.
Yeah, now people like in airlines and stuff like that where it's close quarters and all of that. I don't know, maybe they might say something, but
then again, it still boils down. First of all, you have to show your card before you get on a plane nowadays, don't you?
Yeah, you do. But that's so, you have to, if you don't have your vaccination and you want to fly, you have to have a quick test. a quick test to prove that you
So
don't have
again,
it.
you have to go through security measures before you can get on the
Yeah,
plane.
you just gotta have a test done, and you gotta have proof of that test that you do not have. Because I had, Sophia had to do that. When she was flying back to New York, she couldn't just fly back into New York, and this was before she was vaccinated. She had to get a test that showed that she had gotten the day before, to show that no, she didn't have it, and then she could fly, no problem.
Yeah.
And you can still do that.
What I am concerned about though is like Madison Square Garden and places like that. And I'm glad to see the world open back up because Lord knows it's been a
I
dark
am too.
place.
I mean, I'm not a big worldly person anyway. It's like I'm not the type that goes to a bunch of concerts and
Right.
places where there's lots of people. But I do want to go to a movie sometimes, and you've been able to go to movies for a while. And I don't like wearing masks all the time. I can't. The worst part for me is when you have to have a mask on at the airport when you're traveling long. So it's like in the morning, you got to have it, if you're on an Uber or a Lyft. When you get to the airport, you got to have it. When you're on the plane, you got to have it. If you got a layover, you got to have it. So you never have a free moment without the mask. That sucks. I can't
I
stand it.
gotta be honest with you. Like when I was out the park, and that was the first time I has been out in a public place like that. With
Mhm.
that many people in a year. Since the pandemic. I never took my mask off, even though we were outside, and I saw a lot of people that were out there didn't have their mask on at all. And their point of view was, I got my shots.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if I was when I'm in the park, because I'm in a park almost every day or on a track or whatever, I ain't got no mask on. I've never had any mask on
I guess
when
because I
I'm
was in such close proximity with other people.
yeah, I guess if you're in that situation, then it's different. But most
You
of the
giving
time, I'm not
pounds all
afraid of it.
day. For those of y'all that know what I mean, you shaking hands or hey, what's up? They're cats I ain't seen in a couple of years. So yeah, I was shaking hands and politicking all day. But I kept my mask on because I'm just like, I don't feel comfortable up in people's face. And I only got half a vaccination, by the way.
Yeah, I think it's wise. It's wise.
Right.
It's been a while since I had my vaccination done. So did I tell you Sophie got super sick with the second shot?
Oh,
She did. She was sick. She couldn't move.
oh
Totally.
well.
She said, "Mommy, I can't do anything. I hurt so bad," because she had aches and nausea and all of
And
that.
what
But
did she get?
she got the Moderna. She
That's
got the
what
Moderna.
everybody's saying. The Moderna is making people sick.
But it lasted one day and then it was over. It was over. But she had one horrible day. She said she actually had COVID in the beginning. She said it was much worse than COVID.
Damn.
Much. But it was over within a day. The
Well, I get
second
my.
day, it's like the first half of the day, she had to take it easy, but then
Wait a
she got
minute.
better.
I think I get my second one next Saturday. Next Saturday
Well,
the 5th.
I think you'll be okay. I don't think, but I think you should be prepared to sit your tail down just in case.
Well, I got
That's
the
why I was
Pfizer.
so nervous on my second one, because the day I got my second one was the day my mother passed. So I was like, if I get sick, I'm gonna be in a world of trouble because I got to take care of business for my mom. But
Right.
I didn't have anything. I had nothing. So it depends. Hi, Mike. Mike said that if he would not sleep on Trump because he thinks that Trump is into no good, up to no good, and so we got to keep our eyes on him. And I agree with that. I mean, he's just one person can cause a lot of damage. He's one person that's got the love and adoration of millions of people. Definitely got to keep our eye on him. I just don't think that he's got the numbers to be president, but he could definitely cause a lot of, rock and roll for the bad if he chose
See
to.
here's the thing with Trump, y'all. Trump done pissed in too many pools. He done pissed off too many people. He done threw too many people under the bus. He done basically gave 10 times more than he usually does people his ass to kiss, and they ain't forgot that. So
Yeah, I mean, even his lawyers, and they're like,
yeah,
dude, y'all, let's take him down because he won't pay them. Even
and
Giuliani.
that's another thing. He's a cheapskate. He don't want to pay nobody. That's dangerous, and you a crook.
Somebody said yesterday 400 contractors, 400 at least lawsuits that he never freaking paid. People trying to get their money from him, vendors and all this. I cannot fathom how anybody in their right mind thinks that that guy's God's gift to the world. I don't understand. He consciously and with awareness screwed over you, business, small business people that were vendors that worked for him, and he never paid.
What she said.
I don't get it. I don't
I don't.
understand it.
I don't get it either. They love him. They love him.
Yeah, Malik said in politics, there are no permanent friends or permanent enemies, only permanent interests. Exactly. And that's why all these Republicans that don't really care about Trump pretend like they do. And then James said, if they can get his accountants to flip, he'll be in deep trouble. And Elizabeth said, because they think like Bunker Dom.
If they get his accountant to flip, first of all, the accountant's going to mysteriously die. They're going to put a hit out on his ass. On some straight. Yeah. Listen, if they can put a hit on the Pope, all y'all got to do is watch The Godfather 3. It'll tell you the whole story, and it's a true story of how the Pope was so-called got sick right after he got. No, that's because he was great to bring the mob in the Vatican. They was great to put them on blast. And mysteriously, he died in his sleep. No, he got poisoned. Watch The Godfather 3. It tells you the story. It really is based on true facts that happened at that time in the Vatican. So my point is, if they can put a hit on the Pope, if they get somebody's accountant, get one of his accountants, oh, he gonna disappear.
Mike said Trump has a cult following, and that's why he's dangerous. I'm telling you, one person without anybody following is dangerous if they want to be, as we've seen with all these killings, right? One person, somebody with millions following him that puts him on a crazy pedestal that is, I just will never, maybe when I pass away and I'm in spirit, I'll understand everything. But right now, I don't get it. I just don't understand.
You know, honestly, I get it. You know what amazes me? What amazes me is that people are amazed that these people think that they've been doing this shit for years. It's just out in the open now.
I don't think they've been doing this. This is different. This is someone who has abused women, that deals with criminals, that is corrupt, that all out in the open. The other people, no.
I'm sorry. Have you ever seen some of the stars of the Whig Party back in the day? Look at his hero, Andrew Jackson. He was a drunk. He was a racist, rapist.
Yeah, but that was a long time ago.
Okay, I won't go that far back. Okay. Here's what's going on in my opinion. It's just my opinion. This stuff is not new. It's just being exposed. That's the new part, that it's being exposed. You had rapists.
I think what's
crooks.
new is that for a long time they pretended like these people were decent, God-loving, America-loving people.
So in other words, the sheet finally got pulled back. That's what happened. Their shit got exposed. They on blast now. They've been doing it. They ain't just start doing it. They've been doing it. It's just now
that people wouldn't vote for you if you did it. It used to be that if your stuff was in publicly seen, that would destroy you.
Right. So that's why they kept it.
Yeah, that would destroy you. But now people can be who they are. If they hate people of color, if they hate homosexuality, if they hate anything, they can be public about it and win elections. That didn't used to be. You used to have to at least lie. Now you don't have to lie. Now you can tell the
Yeah, I
truth.
know.
I don't like, as whole countries. I don't like this. I don't like that. And everybody like, yes, that's all me.
But you know what? Everything is on black. Is on front. Everything is like right. A matter of fact, instant gratification. Like I'm gonna take it to a whole nother realm. Say how the world has changed, y'all. Remember,
Yeah.
fellas, back in the day, you had to fake it like you wasn't trying to get the draws, but I really like you. You really just trying to smash. Now you just come straight up, yo. You want to smash? Yeah. Sometimes the nowadays the woman will come to you.
Yeah.
Netflix and chill. You know what that means? Yeah, we gonna smash. There's no gray area no more. There's no
Yeah, people are open, and that's about, a lot of things.
a lot of things.
Mike said the pandemic pulled the sheets off. Cliff said the red hats are a replacement for white sheets.
There you go.
The pandemic pulled the sheets off of America. Yeah.
Like I said, the world, not just America, the world. Like I said,
True.
The pandemic God hit the reset button and it made everybody on the same playing field. We all was broke last year. We all was scared. We all was, stuck and all that. So now we really saw what was going on.
So let me ask you guys. We got a few more minutes before we got a break. So are you one of those people, put it in the chat, that's never going to really truly celebrate 4th of July anymore and just Juneteenth? Or will you still celebrate July 4th, considering our knowledge of, the way things were?
I'll answer that first.
Sure.
My answer is really straightforward. I never really supported it to begin with. I never really celebrated 4th of July because I knew the racists. No, it never. I thought it was all phony to begin with. It might be 4th of July for y'all, Independence Day for y'all, but not for us.
Mm-hmm. Well, the most that I was celebrating, I was like one of those folks that knew technically and rationally what July 4th was about, but it was really for me about the barbecue. It was about the barbecue and the fireworks and the fun.
That too. That's about as far as it went for me.
And that's never gonna happen, go away. I would do that every day of the summer if I could.
I love fireworks. I love a fireworks display. And like I told you yesterday, I wish you could come here in July. We go all out in Philadelphia. Philadelphia, of course, is where the Independence Day happened. So, it's a big deal. And they got the big thing on the Parkway. Jeff is usually there and the Roots and all. It's a big deal. They didn't have it last year, of course. It was all virtual, which that's this virtual thing, people need to be back out and about.
Christopher Oldman said July 4th equal barbecue and fireworks.
Exactly. And especially for black folks. Yeah.
And my cousin says she never celebrated the 4th of July. I was embarrassed because I didn't know about Juneteenth until 2 years ago. I had never even heard the term. And someone asked me, someone was like, you gonna perform for somebody's Juneteenth celebration? I was like, So I just found out about it a couple of years ago. But as soon as I found out about it, it became something that, at least our folks, we would actually celebrate. Yes. Last year, we had a really nice Juneteenth celebration. We had performances. Everybody was supposed to do something, present something that represented history, Black history, and, whatever, after slavery. So, different people sang, and my daughter did like a monologue. And so it was special. It was a real celebration of the holiday, not just, barbecue and fireworks. It was a real celebration of where we've come. This year,
okay, now I'm gonna really put you on the spot. Labor Day. Now y'all cannot tell me you all gonna go. It's just another day that's off, and you get the barbecue.
It is.
Have a cookout.
I mean, it really is. A lot of people don't even know what Labor Day is about.
Who gives a shit? That's when you have your last big cookout of the summer, or your last big hurrah on the boardwalk or whatever. For those of y'all who are near, like here in Philly, in Jersey, and Delaware, we go to Atlantic City or Wildwood or whatever. That's a big deal. Real
Yeah,
big.
Malik said, Malik Ishmael said, only Juneteenth, not white America's Independence Day. Black folks were enslaved for that date. African Holocaust. Nancy asked us to fill her in about the 4th. The 4th of July basically is Independence Day of the country from Britain's rule. That's what
Right.
that's what the 4th of July is celebrating. 1776.
We still had chains on.
But we still had chains on. Black people. So it was like all men are created equal, but you guys are not men. You're apes. You're closer to the apes, so you got chains. So it wasn't our independence. Our independence came 2 years later on June 19th in Texas, El Paso, Texas, which is kind of where we are right now, where there were still enslaved peoples in Texas all the way 2 years after the Civil War, 2 years after emancipation. They were still slaves, and so the folks came from. I can't remember. Last year I knew the name of the guy in the Union Army. They came and they said, "Y'all can't have slaves anymore. No more slavery." And so and they celebrated every year, the Black people. And it's just now, all these years later, some of us, like me and like you, learning about. I mean, I knew that slavery did not end for certain people, but I didn't know they had a date that they celebrated the actual true end of slavery, and that is June 19th. So
again, I told you I was raised as a Pan-Africanist. My mom was a part of the Black Panther movement and all that. So of course, me growing up, that's all you heard about was, we don't do July 4th. That's just a cookout. Ours is Juneteenth. I could honestly say growing up, I knew what that was about because that's the way my mom was,
Right. You said she was like pro-Black, Black Panther.
Extremely pro-Black.
Mm-hmm. And see, we were too, but I still didn't know about no Juneteenth. I knew June 19th, that's when the last of slavery finally ended, but I did not know we celebrated it.
By the time I was 7, 8 years old, I knew who Malcolm was. I had already read the book. I knew who Angela Davis was. I knew who H. Rap Brown was. My mom
I was into them while they were still with us. While all the stuff was going on, I knew all about that. My father obviously wasn't a Black Panther. He was a police officer, but he fought and was a part of the Freedom Riders and did, went to jail and all. I'm surprised he became a cop because he was in jail for stuff, for marching, for all of that. But I did not know there were groups of people that celebrated this day.
Juneteenth. But it's a beautiful thing now.
Mm-hmm. It's become.
But that was also here in Philadelphia, it's called a Doomsday Day, and that's usually scheduled around Juneteenth, so that's another thing. And I go to a Doomsday. I used to go every year. I don't know, do they have festivals like that up there in Indiana where it's just like 2 or 3 blocks are blocked off and it's all kind of vendors, food?
Not whatever. Indiana. Not my experience, but I know Chicago, definitely. I mean, we would always have huge block parties and stuff like that. But in Indiana, I have not experienced that here. But, my experiences in Indiana are kind of strange. But Malik said that 1619 year is significant. The New York Times Research Project. Well, Mike, when you come on the show on June 30th, you can really fill us in on a lot of information. I'm very excited.
Oh, speaking of which, if you guys I need y'all to watch CNN Monday. There's at 9:00. There's an important program coming on. It's I forget what it's called. They're going to talk about how Black Wall Street was burnt down in Oklahoma.
Yeah, somebody mentioned that in the chat.
Yes. It comes on Monday at 9 p.m. I forget the actual name of the program, but that's the focus of the story.
I actually read the book about it years ago.
I did too. That is some deep stuff.
Mm-hmm. And it only that was just one story. It happened all over the country. That was just the most publicized story.
Out of pure jealousy.
Mm-hmm. Just mad. Matter of fact, I just finished a book that I'm writing a new screenplay, and it's based on a true story, something that happened in the 1800s. Or no, I'm sorry, early 1900s. That happened in New Orleans, a rash of murders, and so I'm writing about that. So I've been doing a lot of research, and it was about the in this version of the story, someone made up who the murderer could have been, and it was about that. It was about this very wealthy, well-to-do, not very wealthy, but a middle class, well-to-do Black family that was there in outskirts of New Orleans doing very well. Their land was very fertile, and they hired all kind of people, every color, and the Italian immigrants were very, very, very jealous because they're just like, why do they have land? Why is their land fertile? And they murdered the parents. And so it was like a revenge thing. Great book, but it
I'm gonna
happened a
keep it
lot.
short and simple because we're ready to go to break. And here's what my mama used to always say: nothing a white man with a how she used to put it, nothing a white man with a nickel hates more than a nigger with a quarter. I'm gonna leave it at that.
That's still true. That's the whole Trump base.
You know what? I've never done this. I
Hmm.
gotta give myself one on that one.
Give yourself one. Give yourself one.
Actually, I wasn't even giving it to me. That was for mommy because she's the one that taught me that. So I'll go to mommy mood on the wait a
A
minute.
bomb for the moms.
There it is.
All right. Ready to go to break now that you've congratulated yourself?
Well, I give everybody else one. I've never given
I
myself
think
one.
you deserve one every time you're on this show.
Oh, yeah, because I never give myself one. But okay, I'll give myself one. All right, we're ready to go to break, y'all. We'll be back in
3.5 minutes. Please come.
that part.
The Melanated Morning Show with DJ Kid Disco and co-host Cinda Williams. WGFB-FM radio.
So are you ready?
Yeah. How it used to be. Something for everyone. 24/7, 365.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
For the health and safety of our guests and team members, we're here for you. That means frequently deep cleaning our stores and wiping down carts and baskets after each use, reserving dedicated shopping hours for our most vulnerable guests, providing masks and gloves to our team members, and offering contactless shopping options through the Target app, like Drive Up and same-day delivery. We are here for you now more than ever, and your health and safety is our highest priority. Learn more at target.com/a bullseye view.
New Dunkin' Refreshers. Vibrant fruit flavors like strawberry, dragon fruit, and peach passion fruit. B vitamins and energy from green tea. All under 200 calories. Order ahead via the Dunkin' app for a contactless way to order, pay, and pick up in the drive-thru. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Amazon is hiring near you. Earn a competitive wage and start as soon as 7 days. No resume or experience required. Health and safety are a top priority with all of Amazon's roles and sites. Amazon is taking precautions in their buildings to keep people healthy. Go to amazon.com/apply. That's amazon.com/apply. Amazon is an equal opportunity employer.
Hey everybody, it is Shelly Shell Williams, host of Single on a Saturday Night. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at Single on a Saturday Night TV. That's at Single on a Saturday Night TV. Follow us on Instagram and we'll follow back. Hey everybody, it's Shelly Show Williams, Philly's Oprah, executive producer of Urban Expressions, Single on a Saturday Night, but I am a business, social media, and media coach. And if you're looking to show up on social media with a purpose, I have a course for you. Have you been struggling as an entrepreneur trying to figure out how to get people to engage, how to get people to buy, how to get people just to see you on social media? I have just a course for you. Please go to ShellyShowWilliams.com to find out more.
WGFB-FM radio.
So are you ready?
Yeah. How it used to be. Something for everyone. 24/7, 365.
Yo, what's good? This is Tracy Lee, and you already know I gets down with the get down, man. Grown Folks Radio all day.
Hi, everybody. This is Cinda Williams, and I am the co-host of the Melanated Morning Show and the host of the PPC Radio Show. And you are listening to Grown Folks Radio. Radio.
Welcome back. We're like the Seinfeld of the talk radio circuit because we ain't been talking about shit for the last 2 weeks.
I think we're talking about something every time. It's just not necessarily politically driven all the time. Although we're willing to do that. If you have any more topics that you want to dive into, please share in the chat. Elizabeth, have a wonderful walk. Enjoy your walk, cousin.
Thank you for doing it. We caught the rain yesterday.
Did you?
Talking about, oh man, it rained like I had to go out there and get the trash thing from across the driveway. It was raining bad out there last week.
Yeah, that's how it's been here in Texas and Oklahoma for a while. Yesterday was like the first warm and sunny day, but
And
now it's hot. Now it's really Texas and it's hot and muggy. I don't like the muggy stuff.
And this weekend is going to be bad because it's supposed to be it's going to go up to like 60 degrees this weekend, raining here in Philly.
60 is still nice to me. I don't mind.
But it's supposed to rain like shit out there. You know what? People are going to be pissed because them cookouts.
That's true.
Put that stuff back in the freezer. You might have to do it
over and under an awning or something. You might barbecue, and you're just not going to be able to go out and play.
Yeah, it's going to be bad, you know. But that's a big deal here in Philly. You know, block parties, cookouts. You know, Memorial Day weekend. But
I used to love block parties in Chicago. It was so much fun, and you know, and different blocks would try to outdo each other.
Yeah. Well, back in my teenage days, block party was a big deal for us because that's when they would hire us as the DJs, and that's when all the infamous battles that you may hear about, that's where they took place at the block parties, the house. In the summertime, you knew, yo, so-and-so's block party. You would actually walk 10, 15 20 blocks if the right DJ, if the right crew. You know what I mean? And that was back then. I say the golden age of hip hop. I'm gonna say from like 81 to like 89. That's when the creativity was really flowing. You know, to try to like you said, to outdo the next block. Yeah. And the sound systems would be retarded. Now,
the 80s
Easter was the big deal.
70s and 80s.
Easter was the big deal because you got to put that Easter suit on. You was back in the 70s, in the early 80s.
I wore some of the most ugly clothes on Easter. I mean, to me now, I can't stand those old socks with the really frilly,
the little girl
down with the patent leather shoes. My hair always would like get frizzy because it's spring, you know, early spring. So my hair would be like, it was like all done up, and by 10 o'clock in the morning, it looks like a
I
block.
remember they used to do this thing here too that every Easter they would have the clubs would open at like around 4 o'clock and let the kids in. They would call it kiddie disco.
Mm.
And I remember I used to go with my mom, and I think I got drawn into the club scene at like 12, 13 years old. Like, yo, this is really cool. I can't wait till I'm old enough to really come in here.
We used to do the roller skating thing too. I mean,
Oh,
let
God.
me clear that up. They used to do the roller skating thing. I would go and follow my tail. That I was terrible. I've never been good on small wheels. I'm a
I was a
great
skate boss.
driver. I do a good job on a bicycle, but don't put me on no skates.
I was
I
a floor boss. I used to work at this place called Ellesmere. Not only was I a floor boss, I also was a DJ on Thursdays. It was in Delaware. Oh man, that was 90. Oh goodness, I'm gonna say 90, 91, 92. I'm gonna say from 90 to 92.
They used to
That's
have
fun.
the best
Man, that was
mixes, the
fun.
best music, and all my friends could like dance on skates and stuff. So not only are they skating and not falling, they're doing all these complicated dance moves, and I'm just on the side holding on, trying not to fall, going, "Yay, you're great!"
Yeah, I was one of them. We used to slow walk and toe tap and all that good stuff. Yeah.
They would do all this like group stuff. Everybody's doing same moves, and I'm on the side, like just doing it in my socks.
I'm trying to read people's comments. I want. Speaking of summer life in the hood, when I was a
Mm.
kid, those of y'all that from the like Jersey, Delaware, Philly, y'all, especially New York, y'all know what I'm talking about. The fire hydrant, the water plug, as we used to call it. That was our
And that's
swimming
in New
pool.
York.
That was our swimming pool, the water plug.
Mhm.
They actually used to come out. They actually came out with the sprinklers that you could put it on there so the kids could play at the water plug, at the fire, as we call it, the water plug, the fire hydrant. And you would be there. That fire hydrant would be on all day, and the kids would be at that fire hydrant all day
Mhm.
in the summertime.
My friend Frank Bennett. I'm not sure. He wrote down a quote that ye may be the children of your Father which is in heaven, for he maketh his sun to rise on the evil and the good, and sendeth rain on the just and on the unjust. Matthew chapter 5. Yeah, I'm not sure why you posted that, but yeah, yeah, that's true. Um,
I love looking at the city murals in
yeah,
Philly.
Malik was saying he likes the city murals in Philadelphia. So do I. I
I
just
think
love Philadelphia, period, to look at. It's a pretty
I like
place.
skylines. I'm into sky, and I think Philadelphia has one of the a really good city skyline.
Chicago has a beautiful skyline. New
I've
York has
never
a
been to
great
Chicago.
skyline.
You
Chicago
know what's crazy?
skyline
I
is
was born in
beautiful.
Chicago, but I haven't been back.
If you
No,
ever go to Chicago, the best time to go is the summer.
no,
It's
I'm
the
lying. I did come to a family reunion one year. I brought my kids up there, and they were so snotty towards me. I said, I'll never need to see these Negroes ever again in my life.
Yeah, Chicago people can be snotty, but it's a really fun place to visit in the summer. Go to concerts, go to, block parties, they have the big house thing every year, this huge house festival for a whole weekend.
Man, I never got to see it. They treated me like I was a bastard up there, because that's where my father's side is from.
You weren't from there to them. That's why we were talking about that yesterday on PPC with Glenn. It's like Chicago has this thing, this cliquish thing,
Mm.
where unless they knew you from high school or something, that it's hard to break into, especially with
Well, yeah,
black people.
they knew
It's
my
hard to break
father,
in.
but they didn't know me because he left there and
That's what
came
I'm
to
saying. They
Philadelphia.
don't. You didn't grow up there. You might have been born there,
No.
but you didn't grow up there.
And then yeah,
Just
yeah,
like
because
me.
he left Philly, went back, and never came back. So yeah, they didn't know us, and they treated us kind of cruel, in my opinion. They were like real snap. I'm like, damn, these people
Mhm.
funny acting. You know.
Yeah, the Taste of Chicago is a good one. Really good. The Taste of Chicago. Cliff said that the Lord just he would love to have a Philly cheesesteak. You with your thin, healthy self, you could do them cheesesteaks. I can't do them things.
I could eat a cheesesteak every other day. In fact, that's going to be lunch today. Thanks, Cliff. I'll be ordering one today. Get off. But we're
Yeah.
serious about our cheesesteaks, too. We eat them for breakfast, lunch. What's y'all cities? Everybody, put it in the chat. What is your city's famous food? You know.
For us, it's deep dish pizza. Well, Chicago, deep dish pizza, where the crust is full of cheese. It's so fattening. And hot dogs. And the
Hot
way
dog.
we make hot dogs, we don't use ketchup in Chicago. It's tomatoes. We don't use ketchup.
That's why.
Hmm. Hmm?
Y'all putting tomato sauce on?
Not tomato sauce, tomatoes. Diced tomatoes instead of ketchup. And they use peppers. They have a lot of peppers.
So hot dog is a big deal.
Yeah, because they sell them on the street corners and stuff, and that's usually how they sell them. I would say those are
That's how they do cheesesteaks here. You go down in Center City. Well, you've been here. You can get your cheesesteak at every cart in Center City, any hot dog cart. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. Jean Baptiste. Of course, we knew about Jean Baptiste when I was coming up in Chicago. That was very well known. Nancy said crawfish is the Texas caviar. Pizzeria Uno's. Yeah, I remember that.
I love Pizzeria Uno's. They got them all over the place, but they started in Chicago, I believe.
Yeah. Malik said Atlanta is fish, grits, collard greens, and southern fried chicken. That all sounds good to me.
Damn.
I'm
right.
Hungry. I
was going to say that's Sunday dinner.
So
that's Sunday dinner, fish, grits.
Man, that's making me hungry right now. And I got 3 hours till I can eat.
I don't know about the crawfish. I've never had crawfish.
Yeah, Uno's is good. Uno's is good. If you like deep dish. I'm not a fan myself. I'm actually a fan of ketchup, and I'm a fan of thin crust pizza. So I like New York's pizza better. I'm a New York pizza girl.
I wonder what New York would be known
for Chicago, huh?
I wonder what New York would be known for.
Pizza. Their thin crust pizzas, they still cost $1.25. I couldn't believe it. When I went to New York a couple of years ago to perform, I took my sister Megan. She'd never been, and so she came with me. And we, with my friend James, he took us on a tour of New York, and we got the famous slice. The slices of pizza cover an entire plate. One slice usually is cheese or sometimes pepperoni, and it costs $1.25. They still sell that. But Megan wanted to try everything, so she got that. Then she got the hot dog, and because New York's also known for their hot dogs.
Yeah,
Polish sausages.
What's the name of that place? The famous place from up there. Now I'm having a brain fart. Everybody gets it from. Used to get it, all the hot dogs. Nathan's.
Oh yes, Nathan's. That's a biggie. And so Megan got sick because she ate too much street food. But I think New York is known for the street food and for its fancy restaurants. But
LA.
I prefer New York.
What would LA be known?
I don't think LA is known for food. I think it's known for drinks. Like my pink panties started. Pink panties started in California, in San Francisco. They came up with that drink. Somebody was asked, I don't remember who asked me yesterday. Somebody was like, did you come up with that? I'm like, no, that started in San Francisco back in the 70s, pink panties.
And wine is
sex on the beach.
Isn't wine a big deal in LA?
Well, in Napa, yeah. Wine in Napa is huge. That's where Glenn started his wine company through dealing with Napa, California.
Everybody drinks wine out there in the West Coast.
Yeah, because it's readily available because there's vineyards everywhere in Cali.
I've never been to a vineyard.
Oh, you got to go. Take your wife. It is so nice. One of my most favorite dates in my life that I ever remember was with this guy. He was actually in Michigan. I guess I was a senior in college, and we went to vineyards in Michigan, right next to the lake. It was so fun and romantic. And then you get tipsy from all the wine you're tasting, and it's just really romantic. Loved it. Frank said he's gaining weight just listening to the show. Yeah, because everything we're talking about, we have not mentioned one healthy item, I don't think.
I
I
don't
like
eat healthy
I
food.
like healthy food too, huh?
I eat like a old Archie Bunker bum. You know,
Mm. Well, that food tastes so good because of the grease, because of all those things that make you feel heavier, so more secure. But I like light food also. I'm a Chinese food fan and
I'm not a
Thai
Chinese food.
food,
Yeah,
Japanese food, Asian cuisine. I love it. Thai food is my favorite. Um, but
you
that's
know,
not necessarily healthy.
I was watching this show where they go from different carnivals or whatever up and down the east, well, all around the country, I should say. And they
Mhm.
were this one. I don't know where they were. As a black establishment, they had a burger with a garlic bun,
Mm.
put a bacon cheeseburger, and they actually put a macaroni and cheese ball on top of the burger.
Yuck. That sounds
Right, and I
so
okay, so it's not
good.
just me. I'm like, damn, you just messed the whole situation up.
Mm. That sounds like that is like enough calories for 2 days.
That's a trip to the bathroom.
That's yuck. Good
Not on my
morning,
burger. You could have put it on the side, but not on my burger.
Oh yes. Somebody mentioned Garrett's popcorn. That is a big Chicago thing. That's huge.
Garrett's
At
popcorn.
Garrett's, they have different flavor popcorn and the caramel popcorn and the regular popcorn and the did I say caramel regular, the cheese popcorn, and they'll mix it. So a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people, whenever friends of mine are like, "Hey, can you give me some Garrett's? Can you send me some Garrett's when you go to Chicago?" That's a
Mm.
biggie, and it melts in your mouth.
One place that I've been, anybody if ever been to Boston, the original legal seat, you have got to have the not the clam chowder.
Ooh, yes.
If you've ever been to Boston, period, you've got to go to Legal's Seafood. Legal's is like known worldwide. The
I don't
clam chowder is so good it makes you go to the bathroom. It's so rich.
I I don't know about going to the bathroom, but I do remember the lobster bisque there was so good.
Off
Lobster
the
bisque,
hook.
clam chowder. I love bisques. Oh my gosh, the soup there and their seafood soups are delicious.
Well, they're really quirky about their food in New England, period, but especially in Boston. Like, you don't go to Boston, they don't eat white eggs. That's just like disgusting to them. They only eat brown eggs. They use white eggs to cook with. They don't eat, like, you come to Philly, you can get you a couple pounds of crab legs. That's considered beneath them in Boston. They don't do that. They stuff their lobster with crab. They don't eat crab legs. They don't eat
Yeah,
crabs.
fun, fun, fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
they're
can
really
get
high
with the
floydy up there. Like I remember one year I was up there and we went to a Thanksgiving dinner and these Negroes is actually making quiche Lorraine. I'm like, what the fuck? Where
ooh, 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 ooh.
where am I at?
James said that he tried Panera's bread pizza and it was good. Clifford,
Panero's is good. I didn't know that was coast to coast until a couple weeks ago. Till you said, that's coast. No, I didn't. I thought it was
oh
just.
yeah, everybody, there's Panera everywhere. Cliff said Pink's chili hot dogs in LA definitely huge. It is definitely known for that.
Pink's chili hot
The
dog.
Pink's, the lines are around the block. Talking
Really?
about purity fat. I mean, it's so good, but it's like the
For a chili
fries.
dog?
No, the chili dog, they have all kind of dogs and all kind of Polish but they're known there for their chili dogs really well. And City Mix, Malik said, and Ben's Chili Bowl in DC, Cliff said. Ben's Chili
Bill's
Bowl.
Ben's chili bowl.
Hmm.
Cliff likes chili.
I'm not a foodie, so
I'm not a foodie either. I like what I like. You know what I mean? I'm not
I
a.
like a lot of things, but I'm not like real big on trying a lot of. There's certain things I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. But I
I'm not
have
eating
friends
that.
that are like eat everything. They want to try everything. I had a friend that she used to go every place she go. Well, she started actually writing articles for people talking about different restaurants. All it became a job for her. She was a film critic, and then she turned into a food critic. Um,
I
and
wouldn't
she
mind.
all
I
the
wouldn't
time.
want to be the guy that's going all around the world eating the weirdo stuff, but I wouldn't
Hi,
mind going
Frank.
to the different. I wouldn't mind the other guy on the Food Network that goes to the different diners and stuff like that and different festivals or whatever. Try stuff. I don't mind that, but I'm not eating nobody's flies and steam. No, we
Yeah,
ain't doing.
see that. Yeah, I'm not interested. That remember that old show where part of the challenges was for you to eat worms and spiders
Fear
or
factor.
Fear Factor. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I was
no,
always like, would never go on that show because I'm
yeah,
not
I'm not.
eating nobody's worms and I know when you go to other countries and stuff, certain certain communities feel offended if you won't eat their food. So I'm not expecting to go to any of those places. I'm not that adventurous.
Yeah, I'm not eating that stuff. I'm cool.
Oh yeah, Malik says uh, Amy Ruth's in Harlem with their chicken and waffles. Hmm.
Yeah, chicken and waffles.
LA
You gotta
does
have.
have the chicken and waffles, Roscoe's
I
chicken and
heard about
waffles.
Roscoe's is known worldwide. Believe it or not,
Hey, shush.
Roscoe's is that Percy?
Yeah, that's Percy. Percy, come on, man. Sam, go, get out. Yeah,
You think?
hmm?
Yeah, Roscoe. I've been to Roscoe's. I've chicken and waffles is just that chicken and waffles. I
I
mean,
love chicken. The combination of fried chicken with the waffles and the hot sauce and the syrup all mixed together. But I'll do that at any restaurant. Do you have chicken? Fried chicken? Do you have
yeah, I
waffles?
love chicken.
I'll take them
You
together.
know what? I've been threatened so many times that my black card needs to be revoked as far as food is concerned because I love fried chicken. Don't get me wrong. I hate watermelon.
Uh, I don't. I love the right watermelon.
I hate
Some
any kind of.
watermelon is nasty. Some of it is just like tart enough and sweet enough. When you put some salt on there.
I
Good.
hate black eyed peas.
You where? Yeah, you gotta get rid of your black card. You can't do some black eyed peas. The only thing that's hard for me is I don't really eat pork, so I
They
don't.
stink.
No, I'm not talking about chitlins. I'm talking about just
No,
regular
I'm
old
talking about
pork.
black eyed peas. They stink to me.
They do have an odor. They do. They almost
I don't like
smell
grits.
soily, like
I don't
soil.
like I don't like grits. I hate
Love
grits.
grits. Love grits. If grits with cheese, grits
Mm.
with honey and syrup, grits with
Now, now
eggs.
you see why everybody want to revoke my black food card because
No, you're just a northerner. You're a northerner. You haven't spent enough time down south. You're one of them New
well,
England northern snots.
mm, well,
Cliff said Wilson's Chicken and Waffles in New York, Grimaldi Pizza in Brooklyn will make you smack somebody. Yeah.
now if you want some real Mexican, I mean some real taco, whatever you do, don't go to Taco Bell. Go to an actual because I actually ordered for one last night. Limon. Now that's where you get the real tacos and the real
See,
enchiladas.
I'm not a big fan of real tacos. I like the Americanized Tex-Mex. I like Tex-Mex better than real Mexican. Tex-Mex is the Mexicans that are American Mexicans. It's a
Mm.
little bit fresher for me, and it's not as heavy. I love Mexican food, but I not real Mexican food. I like Tex-Mex,
Mm.
and that's my, nah, no, it's just too much. And I prefer flour tortillas to corn. So I'm not a real Mexican, but I do love tequila.
I love Mexican food. I love Spanish food. Period. I love Spanish music. Uh, I,
Have you had real Spanish food? It's
yeah.
different. It's not
Spain,
Mexican.
yes, Spain is well. Spain. Period. They're like the elite. They feel as though they're the elite of the
Yeah,
Hispanic.
they're European.
Yeah,
They look
they're
down
real
on
snotty.
a lot of other Latin countries. They
Yeah,
fall. Mm.
they look at like Puerto Rico and Brazil. And they're like
It's
the
like
ghetto.
the French in Quebec look down on, certain parts of France even.
Yeah.
You know,
Everybody's got to have
the,
somebody to look down on. Ain't that crazy?
everybody gotta have somebody to look down on. I look down on no, I don't look down on people, but yeah, you're right, Cliff. He said LA is known for Mexican. It is. It is. That's where you know what my first Mexican place was in Muncie was Taco Bell. I was a senior in high school before I tried a taco in Taco Bell. I was like, oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll give
Do
you
it,
one.
do it.
Yeah. Wait a minute, y'all. Y'all gonna
And I became a Taco Bell fan. Taco Bell, that is terrible. Oh, like I said, I'm not a foodie, but I
My
had never
mom
had
was a my mom was a foodie, but she was a homemade, so she would make a lot of stuff at
Mhm.
home. So I grew up eating tacos because sometimes we would have taco night. My mom made everything from scratch.
I didn't know
Yeah,
nothing about no Mexican until Taco Bell.
so taco.
And then there was a new restaurant. Muncie was known, it was like a fast food place. Every fast food you can think of. But then when I got a little older, it started having restaurants and we got Chi-Chi's. I don't know if
Chi-Chi's,
Chi-Chi's
I
is
love Chi-Chi's.
anywhere. Chi-Chi's is anywhere else, but it's gone now. But
It's
oh
still
my
here in
gosh.
Philly. I like
So
Chi-Chi.
the best tortilla chips and salsa. So
Like with pizza, my favorite is Pizza Hut. Believe it or not.
my least favorite is Caesar's, and then Pizza Hut is in the rest. I don't like it.
Caesar's, yeah, Caesar's sucks. I don't like
I
Caesar.
don't like it, and I'm sorry. I don't mean to. I'm not trying to. Yeah. I just my opinion. My opinion. I don't like Caesar's or Pizza.
I don't like Caesar. I don't like Domino's too much either.
Domino's. I don't know. I have to be in a mood. A tree mood. I think Domino's tastes real good.
I was
I
gonna
like
say
their wings though.
for me to like Domino's, I have to be super high and nothing else
That's
is.
what I said. I have to be in a
Yeah,
tree mood.
in the tree movie, I caught that. You think I didn't get that? I
Mhm.
caught that.
Then Domino's tastes like heaven.
Pretty much.
Anything you taste pretty much tastes like that though. Let's see. The best way to eat in another country is to eat first and ask what it was after you finish.
I'm not asking nothing. I'm gonna just eat it and go
Especially
on
in
about my business.
Thailand. Yeah, yeah. True that. I did that in
Because if you tell me
Thailand.
afterwards, it's going to be a problem anyway. So just don't even tell me.
Mhm.
Just yeah,
Yeah.
I don't even want to
Um,
know.
Mike said that he likes, I'm sorry, Malik said he likes Pat's cheesecakes in Philly. Gino's cheesesteaks were good, but they were jerks at Gino's. A lot of egos over there.
Pat's and Geno's, they're like the tourist spots of cheesesteaks in Philly. You want a good cheese, you gotta go to the Poppy store up north somewhere. You know what I mean? You go to the
That's
Poppies and get
where I
you
went. I went to one of the Poppy stores. That's where I
right.
went. Yeah,
And for
that's
those of
where
y'all
we
who don't know
got
what I'm talking
local
about,
stuff.
Poppy stores, we call them Poppy because they really y'all would call them bodegas in New York or other, and a lot of Dominicans own these establishments, Puerto Rican Dominicans. So we just keep it general. Poppy,
You know
hey
what?
Poppy.
Another thing that's really well known or loved in Chicago is gyros, the Greek community.
Mm.
Gyros. Yeah. That. Oh my gosh, when I was a kid, I loved that. I love go old Chicago and get me a gyro. Matter of fact, that's
I
really
wasn't
good.
like we got those on the corners now in a lot of places or in a lot of pizza joints now are owned by Greek people here in Philly. So you can get you a how you pronounce that? Slovaki?
Mm-hmm.
Say it right. You know, the thing with the pita bread and the meat and the white
Yeah,
sauce.
that's gyro meat. Yeah, it's a mixture of
Gyro, yeah, gyro,
beef
gyro,
and
gyro.
lamb. It's
Yeah,
beef and lamb mixed, all mushed
yeah.
together, and then put on one of them things, and you just. I
That's,
love that. I love that the white sauce that comes with. It's like a yogurt with feta and
yeah.
a few onions, not too many, and tomatoes and some French fries on a pita. So good.
You know what? I like the pita bread by itself.
Do you know that we have been talking about food for almost an hour now?
Damn. And do you know that? Do you know that our great supporters and listeners have been talking right along with us?
That
So they
just
just as
means
hungry as we
you're
are.
tired and I'm hungry.
That'll do it. That will do it. So what is your favorite fast food? Wendy's, McDonald's? What would you do?
Burger
Wendy's,
King.
McDonald's, Burger.
I'm a Burger King.
You know,
I
I
like
used to
Burger
live
King.
before I got married. My apartment up in the northeast Philly, there was a Burger King right around the corner from me. So I Burger King all the time. So I'm Burger King out right now.
Yeah, I like the burger, the Whopper. Oh shoot.
I'd
Do
rather
you
have
still-
Wendy's if I had to take a choice.
Can you still see me?
Huh?
Can you still see me? I think I'm disconnected from my visual.
No, your visual is frozen.
Okay, you can still hear me though. It's reconnecting.
We can hear you loud and clear, but you
All
are
right,
frozen.
I'm gonna just start over.
It don't matter. She's still here, y'all. Now y'all get to see me in all my glory.
I don't
You
know
get to
what
see me?
happened. I lost my Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi went down.
Oh, boy.
So it went, but it's oddly not down on the other computer. I'm on 3 devices, but I've lost Wi-Fi.
Oh no, she's lost her Wi-Fi. What will we do?
Well, the world will the it's
I am
horrible.
so stupid. Y'all know y'all love them. Y'all know y'all love them sound effects.
Me, I had a crush on you for good reason. Me, what's that? Charles Christian, what's that? Uh, I don't. Somebody must have been trying to call me on Facebook for some strange reason. Guys, let me tell you this. As much as I love you very much, and I will answer any questions through a chat, I won't answer phone calls unless I know you. So I'm not just to let you know. It's not
Just
because
to
I'm
let you know.
snooty. I have boundaries, and so don't call me because I won't answer.
That part.
Guess what? Yesterday, okay, you can bring my picture back up. I'm back on if you want.
I see you. She said, "If I want."
Well, you seem to be happy without being able to see me.
No, I wasn't. I was filling in.
Okay.
Where did she come up with that? Women, boy.
Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, yesterday I got it left again.
You know what? I didn't eat breakfast yet, Cliff. That's probably why
I never eat breakfast anymore because I do intermittent fasting. So I only
well, you know what?
I eat between 1 and 8 and 1 and 9.
Let's do this, Cece. Let's do this because we only got 20 minutes left. So just use your phone.
All right. Yeah, I can do that.
And we only really got 10 minutes left of talking because I'm going to play some tunes. So.
All right. Clifford said, "What do you eat for breakfast other than weed?" That's so mean. Okay, I'm gonna just get off of this. I'm gonna just.
You know what? Actually, I do smoke for breakfast, but I didn't eat. I was thinking about eating some yogurt while I was waiting for my DoorDash because now y'all got me wanting to. I might order from Wendy's.
Yogurt. I'm looking outside. I need to finish my walk, but I think it's getting too hot.
Is it like really like slave ignorant hot?
Yes, it's hot. It's hot, and is it hot there, Nancy?
And there ain't no shade, is there?
No, there's no shade. They don't have tall buildings or tall trees yet. The
So it's
trees
just
are
hot
all
for
pretty
no goddamn.
immature.
So it's just hot for no goddamn reason.
It's just hot. It's super hot. So I think I probably won't finish my walk until tonight.
So evidently y'all got some air conditioning going on.
Oh yeah, the inside the house is lovely. It's lovely. I just don't like working out at night.
Would you believe our main air conditioner decided to kick the bucket and we're getting ready to order one today?
I do. I do know about that. That happens all the time. Y'all
But the
better
one
get
in the
that
bed,
fixed real quick.
well, the one in the bedroom is working fine, but it's just the main one. It's a 25,000 BTU. It finally kicked. It's built. We had it built into the window. So yesterday I went to turn on at the hottest goddamn day of the year. I'm like, you gotta be.
That's when it happens.
The hottest
Yeah.
day.
Oh my gosh, when we had a William Lee and I had a place in Muncie, we had so many issues at this place, and yep, right in the middle of winter, the heat broke. So we're
Oh, we
walking
had that one
around
too.
with about 50 coats on and stuff. And
Hmm.
then right in the middle of the summer, the air conditioner, and literally 2 months of no air conditioner. And see, he's cool because it's like he can handle any temperature. Me, I can't breathe. I can't sleep. I'm walking around like a sweaty pig all the time. And so I was like, I'm
Sweaty
going back to
pig.
Chicago because that was, I was had a place in Chicago too. I'm like, I love you so much. Goodbye. I'm going to the cool air conditioning place.
Well, you know what? It don't bother me because here downstairs in the basement is actually cool, but upstairs in the living room it's like disgusting. So we ordered another. In fact, she should be ordering it as we speak. She said she found one through, and that's another blessing. That purchase. If y'all ever heard of purchase power, it's a good thing, but it's a bad thing. Is that there's a good and a bad with it. Yeah, they're taking $30 out your check, but you're paying about $100 more for that convenience. Whereas and I said to her, I was like, well, why don't we just go to Amazon? Amazon's your friend. No, I'd rather do it this way. Because I was willing to go ahead and put the money out. All right, I was going, give me a 15,000, boom, boom, boom. It'll be here by Thursday. I mean, by Friday. Breeze, you know me. I'm the king of Amazon. I will order some stuff and have it at the crib ASAP. I don't play no games, which is what I was going to do. But she was like, no, I really want to do it through.
Well, just as long as it's done.
Yeah,
Purchase
it'll be
power
here.
sounds like old school layaway.
It is. It really is. They take the money directly out your. It's only available to certain companies, and it comes directly out of your paycheck. Yeah. It's old school layaway, pretty much. But you get it right away. It's not like you got to wait till you pay it off to get it. You get it right away. But
That's what Cliff said. I didn't even know what you were talking about, but now I do. Thank you, Cliff.
You ever heard of Finger Hut? Okay, I need you to turn in your black card now.
Nope, never heard of it.
Finger Hut is a company, and I'm amazed that they're still in existence. What they do is they have merchandise just like Amazon, and instead of paying for it in full, you pay for it in monthly increments.
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
I typically don't want to buy anything unless I have the money to buy it. I don't want to do no credit layaway crap.
Me too. And not to mention with here's the thing, like you might be paying $100 for an item on Amazon if you just pay for it, whereas that same item will be $150 with Finger.
But I mean, I get it. If you have like a consistent gig and you're making this much money and at the same time all the time and so money coming out, it might be worth the convenience. Me, I would just rather save my money until I got it in full and then get what I want. Unless it's something like an air conditioner. That I think you kind of need immediately if it's 90 degrees.
You do need it immediately. But I mean, I was going to go ahead and do it, but she prefers to do it that way. I think I know why. I'll talk to you about it some other time. But yeah, she prefers to do it that way.
I get it. I get it. Some people said they thought it went out of business. Christopher said Finger Hut was Amazon before Amazon.
Yes, that's true. That's very, very true.
Never ever heard of
that. Who said that?
Christopher, old man.
Yeah, old man. Old man. No, he old school. Yes, that is true. Amazon actually copied off of Finger Hut, if you ask me. Just that
You
Finger
said
Hut.
it's a black company?
No, black folks use it. Everybody was using Finger Hut, and then nobody pay. That's the thing about Finger Hut. 3 out of 5 black people have Finger Hut on their credit.
I have never ever heard of that.
Really?
Pizza Hut I've heard of. Never Finger Hut.
They had a catalog. They had a catalog and everything, like the Spiegel. Please tell me you heard of Spiegel. The Spiegel catalog.
I have heard of Spiegel.
It was like the Spiegel
catalog. I never
catalog.
looked at it, but I have heard of it.
Oh yeah, it was like the Spiegel catalog. Yes, or like the Sears catalog. Yep, Finger Hut, and they're still in business. But they actually, in my opinion, they laid that. That's a very interesting point, old man. I believe that Finger Hut did lay the groundwork for Amazon. Yes.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. I just didn't know about it. I'm like I said, unless I have money, I tend not to buy stuff anymore. I did the credit card thing, and
credit cards can ruin you.
I know. No, I'm not into it anymore. If I can't afford it, I don't buy.
You know, I was never a credit card person. Never. I've owned a couple of them, and I don't like the way you have to pay back more.
Man, one time I had credit card debt due to a marriage, and literally I paid it off. The principal, I think it's called, twice, and I still owed. It was like terrible. Because I always didn't have enough money to pay more than the least. So it just keeps rising and rising, and you're paying it.
In my opinion,
for stuff 3 times.
In my opinion, credit cards is just like legalized. I'm going to say loan sharks. In my opinion,
that's why with my daughter, I'm like, she has a credit card now. I'm like, baby, no more than $100 at a time. You don't want to owe a whole bunch on your credit card. Just keep it low. Use it to build your credit. Buy something that you can pay off that month. Don't use it for everything because you just want something. I just want it, so I'm gonna go. Don't fall into that trap. If you ain't got the money, don't.
It's just like when the heroin dealer gives the junkie a tester. Next thing you know,
don't be a shopaholic and have a credit card or multiple credit cards. Oh, it will ruin you financially.
It can ruin your life just like being a drug addict will ruin your life. Yeah.
It's just financial.
Yeah. But you still people have wound up being on drugs and being homeless on Skid Row, but people wound up being on Skid Row and homeless because of their credit card debt as well. Lost everything.
Cliff said credit cards are like slavery. Indentured, I think he meant indentured service.
Slaves. Yeah. Indentured service. I agree. Indentured service. Yes, that's what he's saying. I agree. I totally agree. Yeah. Yeah, that's
I know from my own experience. Don't do it. Use it like an American Express if you have it. Only like an American Express. You got the money to pay it off. Use a credit card and then pay it off immediately with your bank account within a month.
So tomorrow, because we got 10 minutes left, I'm not going to play no music. We're just going to sign off in a few,
Okay.
Tomorrow is Friday, though, y'all. So what happens Friday?
What happens Friday? You tell me.
Well, God damn it.
Oh, I don't know, man. Anyway, yes, the podcast is dropped at noon Eastern. Tomorrow I have Robin LeBeau, who is uh my friend, and
Y'all gonna like her.
yeah, she's funny. She's really funny, but she's lived through a lot, very irreverent, says how she feels. I warned her when she comes on the PPC radio show that she's gonna have to like mind her tongue because she's very comfortable cussing you out.
Oh,
So
she one of them.
she is. She is. She is. And so I'm like, you're gonna have to like keep that tongue in check, sister. So, but
Mm.
she's really fun and she's got a pretty deep story. So the podcast, it's called Heal. Please check it out on Anchor, not Amazon, Anchor, Spotify, Apple, iTunes, and many other podcast platforms.
So she would be perfect for Melanated After Dark. That's what you say.
Mm, she might take
Damn, she's too
over.
raw for After Dark?
She's very raw. She's very raw. She would be a good guest to have though because she's I don't know. I don't know.
Damn. She must be
Some
off the
people
meat.
some people can't handle my girl.
Oh, she
She,
must be off the hook.
she's hilarious.
Oh, well, she need to be with me in the morning. Oh my, I don't give a F day. You see that deep, damn. Okay.
She's from Compton.
That'll
She's
do it.
straight out of Compton.
That'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
That'll do it, Compton. Okay.
Yeah, she real girl, but she's an amazing person. So I hope you listen. If you don't, check it out. Check it out, people.
She's
Support the
off the hook,
podcast.
y'all. I when I was doing the production, I texted Sebri. I was like, "Oh, I love her." we,
Yeah,
there's something about her.
she's a tease and she's funny and she always messing with me.
Mm.
But she always takes care of me too. She's a good friend. When I get out there, hopefully I'm getting out there in July. That's my plan. Or early July, I have a movie premiering there. I think July 9th.
In L.A.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't go to the Detroit premiere because I'll be doing my mother's memorial.
Again, a place I've never been.
Detroit.
Yeah.
Detroit's a nice place. I mean, it has the same issues that a lot of the cities have, but I really like Michigan, period. I love Michigan a lot. It's a
I don't
place
think
that I
I've ever.
considered moving to.
I don't think I've ever really done much of the Midwest. Period. To be honest with you.
I really like Michigan, especially northern Michigan. It's so beautiful, although it gets super cold. It's near Canada,
Yeah.
so it gets cold fast up
Like
there.
Michigan, Milwaukee, never been.
Milwaukee and Wisconsin, that's also a nice place. It's
Iowa,
beautiful.
been. Indiana, never been.
I mean, I think they're good people here. I like the Midwest. I do.
I can honestly say I've only been to East Coast, West Coast.
Yeah. Most people from New York don't spend a lot of time in the Midwest.
Nah, never had a reason to. Never had the reason to go to Milwaukee. For what? I don't know nobody in Milwaukee.
I never thought I'd move back, honestly. If it wasn't for my daughter and wanted my daughter to be around her family, I probably would never have. My intention wasn't to. If I ever, thank you, Clifford. Um, I always wanted to live on the East Coast, not New York City. I like green, I like trees, and you got to be very wealthy to live on Central Park. So, but
Mm.
other parts of the East Coast, I like Maryland and near DC. I don't want to be in DC proper, but near DC, West Virginia, kind of, Virginia, not West Virginia,
I was
Virginia,
going to say, ain't
not
that's
West
hillbilly
Virginia.
town.
West Virginia is beautiful though. It is so pretty.
It's
But I
beautiful to
wouldn't
look at, but
yeah, I wouldn't want to live there. But I like Virginia. Richmond, Virginia area is really cool. It's really pretty.
I'm actually tired of being on the East Coast. I'm tired of Pennsylvania. Don't be surprised, Florida, if I might wind up in Florida or North Carolina or.
Shoot, you think Trump is going to be the governor of Florida? You willing to move there?
I ain't gonna be governor of Florida. After what you said, it makes sense. I'm tripping.
Yeah,
I'm
Cliff,
tired
there
of
are red hats. There are a lot of red hats in the Midwest. But the difference between those red hats and the red hats down south is they keep their business to themselves for the most part. They're Trump loyalists, but they don't force it down your throat.
Well, especially down south because you down there in the Bible Belt. They some.
Well, the Midwest is the Bible Belt. It's definitely the Bible Belt, but they're just a little bit more conservative. They're not. They don't try to force you to believe what they believe. I think like my next door neighbor. I think she's a Trump loyalist, but she's real cool, and she got her flags and stuff. But she's a very nice person. We don't talk about Trump. We don't talk about that stuff. We don't talk about politics. We just nice to each other. We help each other with our plants. Sometimes she waters our flowers, and that's the kind of mentality it is. People believe what they believe, but they keep it to themselves.
But down south, they out in the open with it. they
Yeah,
really.
they are open with it, and that's why I love hanging out in the South, visiting in the South, but I'm not going to be living in the South, I don't think. Cliff said that near DC, that's where they had the Tiki Torch foods. Well, the Tiki Torch foods are everywhere. That's in every state. You've got that faction everywhere. I mean, it's like you got your urban centers, and then you got your places where it's always been and always will be that faction of folks.
Well, I'm considering leaving PA eventually in the near future. So.
Yeah, I like visiting PA. Visiting PA. That's it. I like visiting Philadelphia. Visiting. I wouldn't want to live there.
It's not here anymore for me.
But I think it's a beautiful place. Mm-hmm.
It's not left here for me.
So yeah, please check out my podcast tomorrow, guys. PPC podcast called Listen with Robin LeBeau. Check it out. And we'll be back next Wednesday. I'm back just on Wednesday. And then Thursday, I get to go and do a little work in Las Vegas before I go home.
That means that
Shelly Show next Thursday.
Me and Shelly. So.
That's always a phenomenal show. So please come on back.
When me and Shelly go so far, we just talk about just regular stuff that we.
Cliff, I do want to. I've always loved Canada. If it wasn't for my family, I would be in Canada. I love it. I love Canada.
I've never been to Canada. What's it? It's. I forgot Clifford lives in Canada.
You too, James. It's just has a different history, so the land doesn't seep this rotten, horrible history. So the energy feels different. It just feels different. People around each other. There's racism everywhere, but it's just different. It's just subtle and whatever, They just are more the tolerance level is so much higher there, and like I said, they don't have that history in their soil. It affects the energy of a place.
I heard a Canadian say living in Canada sometimes feels like they living over top of a meth lab, living over top of.
Yeah, it's like that. I mean, we used to go there almost every. Yeah, he said Harriet Tubman knew that's why it was her last stop. Yeah, my family, we used to travel there almost every year. We would go to Buffalo, we'd look at the waterfalls and everything, and we'd go into Canada, and we loved it. We loved it. And every time I've worked there, I've been like, man, I wish I could stay. I just love it.
I've never.
But I love my family more. So
Hell, I might go up there and never come back. No, because it's cold. I don't. I'm tired of
Well,
the
it
cold.
depends on where you go. You can go to the West Coast and it is beautiful and it's not cold like that.
Like that.
Like that. I don't know. I can't Cliff would know this better. What's it like on the West Coast, Canada side? I know it's warmer. Um, Thank you, Javette. You have a good day too. I think we're like at 11 o'clock. Cliff, let me know what you think of the West Coast of Canada.
You
But
mean 12?
anyway, another time, you know.
Another time. Listen, y'all.
We're gonna say that's a wrap.
Yeah, that part.
Enjoy your day.
That part, y'all. So, oh, you already did your duty. I'm sorry.
I already said that's a wrap. That's a wrap. That's a wrap. I'm gonna be in a show called That's a Wrap. I'm like, y'all stole my thing. There's a show gonna be called That's a Wrap.
It's a wrap. I like.